lot of the people who've moved in from towns and cities have, come down and with their large cars, etc., and just assume that the rest of us don't know how to drive, and they're going to rule. They're going to go, and we have to back a long way, or just get out of their way, and they're not particularly courteous. That's one thing.
I was busy hoeing, and I heard coming up the hill, clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop. And I thought, I know what that is. It's not a horse, but I do know what it is, because just down the road from us, our old village pub was closed down by some city slicker developer, and he turned it into an upmarket restaurant with rooms where only the well-heeled could afford to go. And I looked up, and there, over my fence, was a very, very well-dressed man and woman peering down into the garden, and I thought, oh no, they're going to want to talk to the locals. And sure enough, the lady picked up, high squeaky voice, oh hello there, morning, nice day, what are you doing? And I thought, oh God. Anyway, she went on and she said, oh, can you tell me what those are over there? And I said, well, they're potatoes. Oh, yeah. And those things with the flowery tops, those are carrots. And I thought, oh dear. Anyway, and then she went on and said, oh, and what are those things climbing up that net with those lovely white flowers on? And I looked up and I said, they're peas. Ah. Do you know, she said, as she turned to her husband, she said, I've never seen peas in the wild.
No problem. That's all. Anymore at the moment. I haven't read all the ones I've got.
Hello there. Fine, thanks. And how are you?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, Elizabeth mentions you're playing bridge a bit.
That's right. Yeah, she keeps me up to date with the family.
Oh, right.
I've seen some sad things, really. Some attitudes that I can't say that I particularly like, but I think it's not understanding the environment that they're going to live in. And what I find more annoying than anything is people that don't try to understand the environment, don't want to learn about it, and don't understand things that are going on around them and criticise them, rather than try to find out why they're happening and why they're done.
The fact that they just assume that we know nothing. People who've been born and brought up in the countryside don't know anything, have never been anywhere. Just a sort of a group together as a whole, and that they know it all, and it all has to be, not all, but things have. They think they know that the way that things should be done in the countryside. Well, actually, they don't.
Lycra-clad cyclists. They come out to the country, and because they think they're on a quiet country road, they can ride 5 abreast. Hang it if anybody's trying to get past them behind them. It could be a tractor, it could be a car, it could be an ambulance, it could be anything you like. They couldn't give a stuff. They just maintain 5 abreast down a country road as if it's their entire right of way. What happened to the highway code?
Say that they have a very different idea of what money is for. So, say their local pub, for instance, if you're from the city, I mean, they rely on people coming in and spending money, but I think if you're from the city, you're more likely to go in and spend an awful lot more money than you would if you're from a local community, thinking much less, I think, about money.
Although we've lived here for so long, we're still aware that we have come from a town, so we sort of see things from both sides, really. Having said that, there are 1 or 2 instances that come to mind that where we thought, well, that's not appropriate behaviour in the countryside. For example, when you saw that lady driving.
Oh, hooting at the cows.
Yes.
The cows crossing the road. And she was in a rush to get her child to a bus and her to get to work. Well, I don't think actually swearing and hooting at the farmer and the cows is going to get you anywhere any faster. So that's just not accepting the kind of community you've moved into. And she would probably have been better off staying in a town.
There's some people that I know around here now that have lived here for quite a long time, and we tend to exchange rather than pay for things. So I would say do some gardening for somebody, and then they would then do something for me in return. So it's not always an exchange of money, which is a very different thing to living in a city, which everything is paid for.
People who might move here because they want a rural lifestyle, but their perception of what's rural and the actual reality are completely different, I think.
Well, I do have to say that some of these folk from the town, when they come into the country, do have an energy with them. They want things done yesterday, they always do, till they settle down. But if there's a pothole in the road, they're the first on the phone to the council to get it fixed, and they won't give up. They keep on and on and on and on until it is fixed. So grudgingly, I do have to say there is a benefit to some of these newcomers when they come in.
Over the last, I've been in this house now for 31 years, and I was born and brought up about sort of 5 or 6 miles as the crow flies that way. Have made a huge difference. They come in and they really do want to help the community and contribute to the village life and the community life. Organising fundraising events, organising. The new roof on the church was done through huge fundraising down in the village, and they make a tremendous amount of difference. And they contribute massively. But it's one or two, no, more than one or two, who just have this other side to them, which unfortunately makes people feel that all are the same. But I think some do make a big difference.
The countryside has the appearance of looking absolutely wonderful, but when you look more closely, it's hard-nosed business, and there are aspects of that which I don't like. I don't like the green deserts. I don't like the way that the tractor drivers dominate the roads, and everything's got to be done yesterday. And there's no concern for the little corners of the lands which are beautiful and neglected and left alone. And
you have to come along and plough it up and make more money.
Wildlife doesn't get a look in, really.
Yeah.
So on the surface it looks great, but it is actually industrial agriculture, and that's not what we're about. We're trying to make a little bit more biodiversity and a little bit more tradition, really.
Mm. It's hard. I think country living, particularly when you're isolated like this, is hard. It's even hard down in the village because they can get snowed in down there.
I don't think they'll change.
I don't think people do change.
No, I think they grow up with a set of ideas, and that's how they live. And if they come out to enjoy the countryside, that's fine by me. It's a lovely place to be.
It's pretty, it's quiet, there's no light pollution, it's green.